All right, so welcome back to Time with the Captains, your monthly business mentorship program live on TV3. We're also streaming live on Facebook. It's News on TV3. Remember, if you're home and you want to be a part of this program, you can share with us your views, comments, and suggestions. You can also ask a question of our guests. So let me quickly introduce our captain for the month of June. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Time with the Captains, your monthly business mentorship program. So as you saw that on your screen, scroll down. Captain for the month of June. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Mikado. He has a number of businesses to his name. He is the Chief Executive Officer of Mikado Holdings. Ladies and gentlemen, join me. Welcome, Dr. Michael Ejekum. All right, welcome, sir, and good to have you on the program. Good. So I did a bit of reading about you, and a lot of the stories I've read about you seems to suggest that you started virtually with nothing. How is that possible?
It's possible. Well, at least it's been possible with me. 1986 that I started my business with nothing, meaning no capital. I saw a shop closed down in Kumasi. So I inquired about the owner. He was in Abidjan. So I went all the way to Abidjan to ask him if I could get the access to that shop. And he gave it to me on credit, because I told him I didn't have the money. And then getting carpenters to renovate the place, doing furnishing, painting, everything on credit. I went to my village and got my village folks who were carpenters, who were painters to come and do the job. And then getting the first medications, the drugs, because I'm a pharmacist and I wanted to open a pharmacy shop, was also on credit. That's how I started.
You did a lot of things with credits.
Because I believe it's all about networking and your reputation. Getting the drugs from various pharmacy outlets meant they all knew me, who I was, and the fact that I would pay, definitely. So they gave them to me on credit.
Dr. Aldo, you built your business, Kama Group, which now employs over 400 staff with 11 wholesale and retail outlets across Ghana, 2 pharmaceutical factories, a microfinance firm, real estate business, and a multi-purpose conference center. How did you do all this?
How did I do? I believe with my passion and ambition to really make it in life, because I've been very, very poor before. I've been homeless for more than 10 years.
You're kidding me?
No place to sleep, no food on the table at the end of the day. My story is way long. I started my life at the age of 7 till today, all right? And at 7, I was reared by my single parent, my mother, who fell ill. For 15 years, she was in bed. So I was virtually left on my own to fend for myself. And so during these periods, I've tasted poverty before. And all the way up to the university, I was one of the poorest guys in the whole country. If you talk about abject poverty, I was one of them. And how did I make it at the senior high school? In collar, in cloth, as a boarding student. How did I get admission? Through a philanthropist. who, instead of paying my school fees, died at the end of the semester, or a term at that time. That's how we called it. So I was always virtually thrown out of school for school fees, which I knew I couldn't get. So the headmaster, I remember crying at his feet, always when all the students are sent home. I said, if I go, I will not get it. Even the lorry fare from Koforidua to Susha, 7 miles away, I couldn't get it. So I had to stay around, eat surplus from the school, and make sure that the students come back and I mix with them. Up to the university, I became a people teacher at Suhum and Nankese. Then I was also a teacher in Benkum Senior High School for 1 year. I also taught at demonstration school for the deaf, Mampong, teaching lip reading. They're all deaf children, but I was teaching just to make it. So anytime I make it, I bring it down to the school to pay my fees. So I was always down to zero.
So you went through all these stages
Yes.
in life to become where you are today.
Yes.
Recently, in 2015, you sold 65% of your shares
Right.
in the Kama Industries to Aspen Group of Companies, a
Yes.
South African firm. Why did you do that?
It's all business strategy to make more money. That's why I did it. I sold a part of my group of companies. Which, I had 2 factories, manufacturing companies, one in Accra, one in Tama. So I sold part of the shares in the one in Accra, and specifically it was the name Kama that they were interested in.
Why? You had built such a strong brand for yourself over the years?
Yes. And I love it, and I want to tell the students that reputation matters in life. Good name is better than riches.
Have you always wanted to be an entrepreneur?
Yes. Yes, because after pharmacy graduation, I was posted to Ridge Hospital as a pharmacist. I lasted only for 3 months. I couldn't see myself working for the government. I wanted to work for myself. And up to today, I believe working for yourself is better than working for...
So you're a pharmacist.
Yes.
I know you've also lectured in a number of schools, even in the United States. You've written a number of books to your name, including The 7 Principles of Success and Wealth Creation, Experiences of an Accomplished Entrepreneur. A number of books you have written. And ladies and gentlemen, just to inform you that Dr. Agyekum is going to give one of these copies each to all our audience here tonight. Please put your hands together for him for that. And of course, later on the program as well, he's got a gift for some of you who will be able to answer his questions as well. So you don't only have to ask him questions, he'll also ask you questions. Doc, so you've lectured in a number of schools, including the United States.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, I lecture at Poly in Kumasi for 13 years on gratis. I also lecture at the University of Ghana Pharmacy School on entrepreneurship. I lectured at Pentecost University for a couple of years on entrepreneurship. I love teaching, and I believe teachers are the most important aspect of all factors of how these students will make it in life. Government, parents, the student himself, the teacher. I believe the teacher. So being where I am and what God has brought me so far, I believe teaching will be the best legacy I can give to Ghana.
So you're employing directly over 400 people?
Yes. Most of them are in the factory. And when I really went into the merger, because of the technology, some of them have been sent home. But we still replace them with a new factory that I'm building, a bigger one in Tema. Yes, right. I'm trying to expand the one in Tema.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, so you're still watching Time with the Captains live here on TV3, your monthly business mentorship program. Tonight, we've got students from the Gimpa Business School. They constitute our audience for the night. And also, our captain for the month of June is Dr. Michael Agyekum Addo. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Mikado Holdings. You can join us with your views and questions as well. We're streaming live on Facebook. It's News on TV3. So I'm going to give the opportunity to our audience to start asking their questions. You pick up the microphone, you tell us your name, and then you ask your question. So who's going to start? All right. Do you have the microphone? Kindly pass the microphone over to him.
Good evening, Doc. My name is Linus. I would like to know, with all these challenges you went through, what are the things you consider as your intelligence past failures? In entrepreneurship, the usual call them the knowledge that you built during, your failures that you gathered together, you build them into like a stream of items that you can use.
You mean challenges?
Yes.
Or you talk about failures?
Yes,
I
I'm
don't
sure
see
that
anything as a failure.
challenges, let me put them there.
Yeah.
I said in entrepreneurship, they call them intelligence fast failures, but they are challenges because sometimes you go and hit a rock. You have to take certain decisions as to how to solve those challenges. I would like you to speak to some of these challenges that you face.
All right.
Yes, you see, these are very theoretical, intelligent past failures, big terms, big names. If you're an entrepreneur, you don't see them as failures. These are obstacles that come your way. They are bottlenecks. You have to unwind some of these things. And you've got to have the passion to do what you are doing. And don't see it like, and if, apart from the theory, they will also put it in the other way, if you are religious, that witchcraft or the devil is really worrying them. There's nothing like that. These are all challenges that give you lessons. Lessons. So the answer to your question is that whatever challenge that I meet, I take it as a lesson. And the most important, the most serious one is the human factor, which you have to grapple with throughout your life. The most important challenge that I face is the human factor. When the person is very good and you are relying on him, he will not last long. He will leave you. The lazy ones that you want to throw away, they are the loyal ones. The ones that will really give you the knowledge will not cooperate. So you see, that's a challenge. Most importantly, those coming from your village, coming from your family, they give you the biggest trouble. Those from outside.
And how have you dealt with such people?
Well, I want to throw the whole thing to him, that it's not easy. Challenges would come your way, but you have to see it as a lesson. So one from your family, if he keeps on repeating his mistakes, you throw him out. But then, you have to be very, very cautious. Discuss with the family first. Tell them what he's been doing for the first time, second time, so that it will not be anything different or unique to them. They would have heard of it, then they will blame him and not you. Otherwise, they will blame you. And you cannot go back to them when you are in trouble. If it's being recommended by somebody, and a case in point was a pastor brought his son to me. So knowing that he's coming from a religious home, I trusted him. One time when we came to work, 7 of our laptops have been stolen. So we went to the police station. They came, took all the fingerprints, blah, blah, blah. In the evening, they came and said, Frank is the son of this pastor. So we were surprised. That morning's devotion, he led the devotion. And he also announced to members of the staff that why are we worrying CEO like this? In Kumasi, his forest bureau manager has stolen all the money and brought it away. And here in Accra, 7 laptops are, he's the one who was lamenting for me. You see, so that's a challenge.
The human factor.
The human factor.
We're going to take our next question. Who's got the microphone? Yes, lady.
Thank you. My name is Patience Kwe. I'm aware of one negative reason why companies change their names. It doesn't matter how well they have built their brands. I want to find out one positive reason why you changed from Kama Group of Companies to Mikada. After
Mikado.
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 Yeah.
I'm called
Okay.
Mikado, yes.
Is there any one positive reason why you changed?
Strategic, to make more money. That's all. Have I answered your question?
Yes, but can I ask, from what I know, I think normally companies change when they want to run away from pile up of taxes that they have to pay.
No.
That's what I know.
Mine, Aspen Group of Companies is the biggest pharmaceutical company in South Africa and the whole of Africa. They are in 150 countries. So a very important strategic partner that I took. They wouldn't have come in for any company that is trying to evade tax. No, they made a lot of due diligence and made sure that the company is a household name. And you, within the audience, I believe you know the name Karma and you know how it is clean. And the word is clean. And if it is clean and somebody is coming in, to me, it's strategic. Strategic in the sense that they are buying 65% of my shares. I know the last 4 years or 5 years, with doomsday and with all the challenges of inflation, exchange rate, borrowing, cost of doing business in Ghana had been very, very challenging. That alone, you've got to be strategic. Secondly, for succession plan, if you don't take care, you hold on one person or to your business for a long time, you will die and you will not leave any legacy. Nobody will take up. Right now, if I'm in my grave, Kama will still be there because this South Africa is a multinational company. They will continue the name. And that's why I went into the merger. And I'll advise all other companies to do the same.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. Before we take our next question, I'd just like to find out from you, how much has your educational background contributed to your success?
I must say that it's about 50%, in the sense that entrepreneurs do not necessarily have to be graduates. But it gives me confidence, education gives me confidence, especially to deal with these foreigners. You've got to be strategic, you've got to be educated, well educated, the English should flow. So when I fumble, I tell them, it's not my language, but I try to, articulate my position to them clearly. Education makes you so strong that as a CEO, no other persons come to bully you or cheat you, like the accountants especially. They will try to, work a way out and that they will confuse you. But I'm the type you cannot confuse because I know. And then you talk about the pharmacies, with the 11 outlets, each pharmacy has to have a pharmacist. And I have a clinic, I have 3 doctors. They are all professionals. And if you are not strong with your educational background, believe me, they will bully you. So it's been helpful, seriously. And all the way up to PhD level, you can imagine that you cannot come and bluff me.
You've got a PhD?
Yeah. Right now, I'm doing a research on envy and jealousy at the workplace. And
all right, so...
Interestingly, my supervisor is Dr. Buami. I hope he's watching. And it's so interesting that...
interesting.
Yeah. That envy and jealousy is almost in everybody. Lacanian theory says that it starts from infancy. And then the children try to protect their breast. So if the mother denies them of the breast, that's when envy and jealousy starts. They will bite them.
Who's got the microphone for our next question? Yeah. All right, your name, sir?
Yeah, my name is George Kwame Nsiejan.
Who are you, sir?
I'm the Deputy Registrar, Gimpa Business School.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. My problem is that people talk of entrepreneurship. People should do their self-business. But in our part of the world, it's not easy coming by capital, credit. For example, I faced an experience last year. I've been trying to nurture a small business.
Yeah.
Then I was given some goods to supply, worth about 200,000 Ghana cedis. I have saved with the bank for about 10 years. I approached the bank. Then they say, let me look at your car. Okay, we want collateral.
Yes.
And because I'm nurturing, I'm in this business, I even don't want to buy a good car. Buy a good car. Because it's the same money that you use to buy the car that you are using to set up the business. Then the bank said, no, let me look at your car. I showed them my car. I said, oh, this car, they know.
So they didn't give you the money?
They didn't give me the money. So I couldn't, do the business.
Good.
So sharing your experience.
Yes.
I mean, what advice, do you give to us as to
Right.
the acquisition of capital, credit.
Yes.
In
How many
Ghana.
of you agree with him that if you don't have capital, you cannot do business? How many of you agree with him? By hands. So few. Which means that some agree that you can do your business without capital. You know, to do a business, you need about 6 factors. We call it 6 M's. Manpower, machines, materials, money, marketing, and minutes, which is time. Of all the 6, the most important is manpower, and the least important is money. I want to emphasize that money is the least important. You could not supply, because one, you didn't have the connection as to who is making the books available to you. If you had good contacts with him, he would have trusted you enough to give you on credit. The second thing is that the one who is receiving also didn't have confidence in you that, oh, take this money in advance and go and do the deposit. He could have given you the money if he trusted you. For lack of trust, from Accra to Paga, Aflao to Elubo, as a people, we are all poor because we don't trust one another. But money is the least important. So build on your reputation in your small community, in your family, in your church, in your society. If people trust you, trust me, they will give things to you on credit.
Why is it difficult? I've got to ask this question. Why is it difficult for young graduates to find jobs after school?
It's a mindset. The mindset. How can, only today, I had a call from a woman, older woman, that her son is at home almost always crying for a job. So she is coming to search through me if she could get a job for her son. I said, Ma'am, did you go to school yourself? She said, no. And that's why the son has gone all the way to the university. I said, so you asked him to be educated, to be wiser than you are. Why are you the least wise among the two of you, rather looking for a job for him? So aren't you changing places? Why couldn't that guy call me himself and come and either beg or find out by you, the mother? And sometimes, Pakwesi, when they come and mess up, they will tell you, I didn't come for the job myself. It's my mother who pushed me to come to you. That's the most annoying part. So I believe if graduates are listening to me, they should do the CV themselves, take the application themselves, go and put the pressure on whoever, the human resource or the CEO himself, yourself, not parents. These days, they allow parents to do. That's the more reason why parents also ask for questions for their wards when they are going to take exams. Parents should stop putting food and feeding their children. If you pamper your child so much, you destroy them. You think that you are showing your love, but you're rather destroying them. They are not getting the jobs because the mindset tells them that it's the teacher who should help me to pass. It is my mother who should help me to get a job. Then you are a failure right from the word go. Because from level 100 all the way down to level 400, you should have made your contacts.
How do you do that?
Get
You, the
involved-
people, you,
get
the
involved in
employers,
societies.
tell young graduates out of school that they've got to have 3 years working experience, 4 years working experience. Where do they get that from?
Good. Right from the word go at the university, there are so many opportunities to get along with people. Most of them believe that it's so academic, it's only academic, so they will not socialize. But I believe you, trust me, life is all about people, it's about network. So if from level 100, you have friends who have friends, you have friends whose parents are managing directors, you have people that are in your class, you should know their names. One time I went to KN University to look out for my son. He wasn't there. So I knocked the next door. I asked him, do you know Kofi Addo? They said, no, we don't know him. So what? For the past 3 years, and you are living with, is that black boy? That black?
As black as his father?
Yes. I said, yes. Oh, I didn't know he's called Kofi Addo. So I asked him, what course does he do? They didn't know. next door neighbor for 3 good years. They are so individualistic these days, hooked onto their mobile phones and doing text and WhatsApps. It will not help. It will not help. So if you're asking me why do they do that, we have to rather ask them.
There's more to talk about when we return from this break. You're still watching Time with the Captains live here on TV3. If you're excited, show him some love. You're welcome back to Time with the Captains live on TV3. Just a reminder that this is your monthly business mentorship program. We're live on TV3. We're also live on Facebook, streaming live on Facebook. It's news on TV3. We've got our audience from the University of Professional Studies, I beg your pardon, from the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration Business School. And of course, our guest for tonight is Dr. Michael Ejekum-Addo. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Mikado Holdings. So back to the program, and who's got the next question? Okay, I'll take the lady first.
Doc,
your name and your question.
My name is Mrs. Potic, and I would like to
Mrs. Cotton.
Potic, P-U-T-T-I-C-K.
Okay.
Potic.
Yes.
Ghanaian name?
The Scottish name.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, I'd like to congratulate you for that bold decision. Growing up, I've seen many companies not, catching up, but they are afraid of going into joint ventureship or partnership with a fear that, I can't trust this person in doing it. And you have thought of the future, making sure that your company will be just like one of the giant companies in Europe and America and that. So what has been that strength, that you have that gave you that boldness? And also want to find out how networking has helped in this bold decision. Thank you.
Well, to answer from your last question is they rather found me. You see, they wanted to come to Ghana, and having been the chairman of Ghana Investment Promotion Center, I know that a lot of companies are coming from Europe and America, all over the world, looking for Ghanaian partners that they can trust. And before they come, they do their search.
Due diligence?
Yes, they do their search before they come. They contract some legal people to look around, to the extent that they even go to the police if you have any criminal records. They don't just come in to look out for a partner and then they meet somebody in the street and say, come. No. So if you are building your company right at home and you are not well known and you are not well respected, nobody will just pick you, either on social media or in reality. So in my case, they told me that they've done that search for the past 1.5 years, which I didn't know until they came to me and asked whether I was interested to partner with them. And at that time I said yes, but take it from me, I had problems with my family. My family thought going outside astray would let them lose their control. But I knew that's one of the advantages of education. I knew that going to a merger is better than holding on till you die. And I've seen a lot of companies that had, been destroyed or collapsed with the person, the owner, holding on to it. After the death, the children will fight litigation left and right. I didn't want that. So I said, okay, let me agree to this. And better still, it was because one of the 16 companies, it was one out of 16 subsidiaries. So I thought it was nothing serious. All my 11 pharmacy outlets is 100% my own. My clinic is my own. So this factory, if it goes, folks, that's my children, you'll be comfortable. And it's giving me the leeway to go ahead.
It fetch you a few more millions of dollars.
To answer your first question, it's more of, are you jealous? You see, that's why I'm doing that research, to find out.
Right.
So now my research is telling me how to identify and how to manage it. So I'll manage you, don't worry. So it's all about passion. I love business. And so I try to learn more about business. and how to let it grow and expand and live beyond you. And merger is one of them.
Before the next question, tell me a bit about your real estate business.
I build commercial estates, not residential. So for me to see Ghana Commercial Bank as my tenant, Universal Merchant Bank as my tenant, GN Bank as my tenant, I stay in my bed and say, hey, banks are even my tenants. Boy from Sushai, a homeless guy. Now banks are my tenants. And this year we're trying to review the tenancy agreements and come and see me asking, it should be in dollars, not in cedis. You know, it's all the fun of it. It's so interesting. So I'm into.
So
that,
people know your name. They don't really know
estates.
your story until you tell them what you've been through.
Yes.
What's the transition like from abject poverty to wealth? How does it feel like?
It gives me humility. I'm very, very humble to the extent that most of my professionals cannot understand me. Why I have to eat with my security officers. I take a loan from my driver, you know.
You do that?
Oh, yes. Why should I keep money on me for armed robbers? I will not wait for them. So I don't keep money on me at all. So I take loans if I need 100 cedis. Do you have 100 cedis? And then, you know, they are willing to give me.
To think that they are chief executive officer.
Asking him for such money to do something, either to give it to somebody else or to buy something. To me, it's fun. It's interesting. So armed robbers watching me, they can never get any money on me. You see? So I give my telephone numbers to anybody, everybody. I have never changed my phone. I've never changed my phone number since the time that I took 0244417171. Everybody knows it. So
You're not rude to people? You don't look down on people?
never. And if you are my staff and try to look down upon one of the staffs, I'll give it to you.
What is the key to success?
Humility. Humility. Passion for whatever you want to do. Attitude. In quote, it's all about attitude. And Harvard School of Business has even done some research on success factors and ask attitude, skills, knowledge. And they have even given weighted. And they said that knowledge is 15%. It carries only 15% of success. Knowledge, all the way up to PhD. Skill is 25%. And 60% is all about attitude.
Whoa.
And that's what I put in the book. It's all
Look,
about
you must be
attitude.
excited to have a copy of The 7 Principles of Success and Wealth Creation, Experiences of an Accomplished Entrepreneur. Michael Ejekumado. Who's got the next question? Who's got the microphone? Okay, you.
Doctor, my name is Berima Osei Apiakobi.
Berima.
From graduating from the pharmacy school, you got employed into the government sector. For 3 months, you decided to move.
Yes.
I want to know, what are the factors that you did consider? Because for just the 3 months, you wouldn't have accumulated enough money.
Yes.
And also, you might have done some analysis before moving out. Because if we don't take care and we go by your word, 3 months, you move,
or you don't go at all.
Yeah, doctor, you know, it will be like, oh, someone has been able to do it. I can also do it. But I believe you might have done, you know, some homeworks before moving out. So I want to know what homeworks,
Good. I'll give you a case study before, maybe it may buttress whatever you are saying. I was approached by one of the ministers of state to mentor a lady from University of Cape Coast who has been at home for 2 years. So I should mentor her and get a job. I said, lady, I don't mentor people to do a monthly job. But that's what she was looking for. So I see your countenance and I would like you to be a barber. What? I said, yes. Either I mentor you to be a barber or please, I wouldn't be a mentor to you. Reluctantly, she agreed. And now she's in the 11th month. I've asked her to join me in my mainstream business and I will pay her 2,000 cedis. She has refused. She has refused. Have I answered your question? Yeah. Okay.
Next question.
Doc.
Yes.
Please, what does it take to be an entrepreneur? How do you identify a gap in the market to exploit?
You are letting me lecture you on your brain. You have eyeballs to see, isn't it? But it's not the eyeball which is seeing me. It is the brain that sees. Science has shown that at the back of the eyeball, we are all turned upside down. Then getting into the brain, it's also turned upside down. Then you see us as it is. As you are hearing me, it's not the earlobes that is listening. It is the brain. And if you are a Christian, read Matthew 13:13. That they have the eyes to see, but they cannot see. They have ears to hear, but they cannot hear, neither understand. How do you become and see the gap? You are seeing a lot of things. And you are feeling, you are experiencing a lot of things. How do you satisfy the society with that need gap? So you have to ask questions. And unfortunately for Ghanaian children, we don't ask questions. And if you're asking questions, you are even asked to put your hands at your back. That gives you some nervousness. And you become a timid child. You can't ask questions. Why is the bird flying? A white boy would ask. So they would try to make a machine that would behave like a bird. In our case, you enter the room, it's so dark, you rush out shouting, before instead of asking why the room is dark. And Thomas Edison herself does, just by pressing by the wall, the whole place is lighted so you can see your room. Questions. We don't ask questions. So you've got to train your mind. And if I should lecture you for the next 10 minutes, which I need not do, the brain is divided into two, the left lobe and the right lobe. Science has shown that the left is for logic, analysis, mathematics, arguments, spatial, limit. You see the limit, that is the left brain, which is more of academic work, as opposed to the right brain, which research has shown that is for art, music, dance, innovation, creativity, entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is all about imagination, how to imagine things, how to dream, and dream what, and walk the dream. It's all about the right brain. But I tell you, the way we've been brought up, and the kind of educational system that we are in limits us to have the questioning mind, to have the imaginative mind. Right now, you see here as the limit. You cannot pass through, but your mind can pass through. As you sit here, you can see your bedroom, can't you? Yes. Which means that your brain can stretch very far. That's the area you have to train, the imaginative part. You go to a party and you refuse to dance. It's because your right imaginative brain, which controls dancing, is kaput. So you feel shy. Logically, you feel shy. These are not my people. I don't know them. It's not gospel, so I'll not dance. It's the left logical brain, which is analyzing. The right brain has no limit and doesn't have limitations to your behavior. That's from infancy. When you are crawling, you crawl without knowing where you are going. No limit. But your mother will force you, put you at her back, and tie to you if you are crying. You are crying because you want to develop your right imaginative brain by crawling anyhow. No.
The lectures has already started.
Yeah.
Please put your hands together for him. I'll take a question from the lady here.
Yes, Doc. I want to find out, most companies engage in corporate social responsibility. I'm sure that your company has done such things. I want to know which one of them, I'm sure you've done quite a bit, but just one that is so dear to your heart and why?
CSR, corporate social responsibility. Mine is to help teachers all over the country learn how to teach so that the students can put food on the table. If you are teaching English, economics, political science, geography, how would that help the student put food on his table without going around the length and breadth of Ghana looking for a job? For example, we are teaching geography. To me, you take them to a quarry site. If you are teaching weathering how stones are formed, I'll teach the geography lecturer how to teach. We should add excursions to whatever we do, practical things. So my corporate social responsibility is teachers. I have Mikado Educational Project, where my company goes round. We write to Minister of Education. They give us teachers. At a time, I have about 500 teachers coming from the senior high schools, from Achimota, Presec, Lao, whatever. They come. And I have to feed them the lunch for the 500 teachers. I give them teaching materials. I give them T-shirts, and I lecture them and also ask some resource persons to support me. Each case, each seminar cost me 20,000. The lunch and all the things that go with it, 20,000. And I've done 18 of such seminars, all on my own. So far, I've touched 80,000 teachers in the country and 2.3 million students that my company has approached and touched. And I tell you, we are getting results. We are getting results. One result that I'm so proud to cite is Laboni Senior High School, the mathematics teacher. We identified that he was a poet. Now he has gone so far that he choreographs his students with his poems. He's been to Canada, he's been to South Africa with his students, and they've changed. Now the man can drive a better car.
Next question. Next question. Yes.
Okay, my name is Isaac Mensah. Doc, I'm very happy to meet you today.
Thank you.
Somewhere 2004, I attended a program, Foundation for Future Leaders, which you were part.
National Theatre.
And yes, and you sparked some fire in me.
Wow.
And that fire has never stopped burning in me, and that is why I'm here today.
Good. Clap for him.
Yeah. My problem is that most companies in Ghana here refuse to take students on attachment. Some of our students are coming from somewhere, they don't know anybody, it's difficult to get attachment. And I want to know how best, or what you can tell Ghanaian companies to open their doors for students to learn so that they can become who you want them to be and then who you are tomorrow.
Right. The answer is simple. The students are many more than the industries. I'm a member of Association of Ghana Industries, AGI, and we are so much closely knit that we allow, but you see, not everybody will get that opportunity. We churn out about 70,000 graduates every year, and the industries are not increasing correspondingly. That's the more reason why you cannot get. Some get attachment. You cannot tell me nobody gets. Some get. And here again, it's all about your networking. What you do, how you carry yourself on campus.
All right, so counting down in the next 30 seconds, Doc is going to ask his 5 questions. If you got it correct, he's got a lovely prize for you. So, on your marks, Doc, are you ready? You got to wear your spectacle,
yes.
First of all. Okay, counting down. So we go.
Good. For a T-shirt, choose the appropriate one. Wealth is plenty of cash, money, or properties. Plenty of cash, money, or property. Or being wise to relate to people. Or saving little, including coins, at a time. What is wealth?
Who's got the answer to that?
Is it A, plenty of cash, money, and properties? B, being wise to relate to people? And C, saving little, including coins at a time?
That's for a T-shirt. Let me see. Okay. Where's the microphone? Where's the microphone? Okay, so pass it on to a lady. They say ladies first, right? Okay. Your name?
Faustina Ado.
Faustina?
Yes.
Ado?
Yes.
Wow.
It's being wise to relate to people.
Correct.
Correct? So she gets a T-shirt for that?
Yes.
Okay, what's the next question?
And the reason is that being wise is all about your manpower. Then you can get the wealth. You are poor because A, you do not have the capital. B, you do not know what to do. C, because you are lazy. You are poor because you do not have the capital to start a business. B, you do not know what to do. And C, because you are lazy.
Who's going to take that? A gentleman? Where's the microphone? Where's the microphone? Yeah. Okay. You want to try it? Or you give it to someone?
No, the guy. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Yes, give it to him.
You are poor because you don't know what to do.
Wrong. So.
Are you passing that question on?
No.
Okay, so that's close. All right. How many more questions? You've got 3 more questions.
3 more.
3 more. Okay, 3 more questions. Quickly.
Okay. I think they are enjoying it. Mistakes of the past must be A, blocked entirely from your minds. B, remembered daily. C, used to guide you.
We'll go for a lady. Okay, so a lady.
Used to guide you.
Correct.
Okay. It appears the ladies are in a very comfortable lead. 2 more questions to go, quickly. And she gets what for that?
T-shirt.
A T-shirt, okay.
A T-shirt.
All right.
Next one is going for a pen drive.
Okay.
And it's 2 questions in 1. A hard-working person is the one who works very well and apologizes anytime he makes mistakes, true or false. A hard-working person is the one who works very well and apologizes anytime he makes mistakes, true or false. B, doing a lot of things at the same time well is being hardworking. Doing one thing at a time well is being hardworking. Which is the answer, A or B? So the first one.
Where's the microphone? Chief, you want to try?
A.
The first one. Yeah. A hardworking person is the one who works very well and apologizes anytime he makes mistakes, true or false?
A. True.
He apologizes anytime he makes mistakes. Why should he make mistakes? So the answer is false.
Okay.
So he didn't get it. Then the
Final
B.
question.
Yeah, the B. Doing a lot of things at the same time well is being hardworking. But doing one thing at a time well is also being hardworking. Which one?
Is B.
You want to take that?
B.
The answer is
B.
Wrong. Doing so many things at the same time well is better.
Okay, so
the
last
very
final question. And what's the price for that?
For the lady?
No.
Nobody got the pen drive.
The price for the last question?
A cup.
A cup, okay.
Okay, this one is simple. Difficult life, you see yourself as very difficult life, can be overcome only if it encourages you, or if only it teaches you, or it warns you. Difficult life can be overcome only if A, it encourages you, B, it teaches you, and C, it warns you.
Who's going to take that? Somebody who's not taught? Okay.
It teaches you.
If it teaches you, correct.
Okay.
So you get a cup.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say a big thank you to all. If you enjoyed him, please show him some more love.
Say something. You have 2 minutes.
30 seconds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to say a big thank you to all of you for making a date with us for Time with the Captains. Our captain of the day, of the month, has been Dr. Michael Ejekum, the Chief Executive Officer of Mikado Holdings. And let me say a big thank you also to our audience from the Gimpa Graduate School of Business for also sharing their time with us tonight. Hopefully, same time next month, we'll come your way with yet another edition of your favorite program, Time with the Captains. Thanks so much to my producers, to the technical guys for all the support. Hopefully, we'll see you same time next week. Enjoy your day.